Europa Universalis has always been a favorite project of mine. Ever since I first started playing the game back in, I don't remember, maybe it was 2004, I realized that, this was the game for me. And like most of the game developers, I grew up thinking about musical theater. So, this must really be the next logical step for Europa Universalis IV. The people that play our games, they're in it for the story. And that's why the musical is such a great idea. Take, for example, all the complex alliances and wars and conspiracies that goes on, and then the story of how the huge empires fight for supremacy and the little countries try to fend for themselves. The story really comes naturally. The evolving love story between the little Ulm being threatened by the huge Austrian Empire, seeking safety in the arms of mighty France.
Does everything he needs, casus belli. Oh, how impolite indeed, no casus belli. Russia, Denmark, France, it is a call to arms. England stood no chance, it is a call to arms. He messed with the HRE, casus belli.
Well, making games is good and it's cultural and it's fine, but since we live in Sweden where music permeates every bone of our bodies, music is the true calling that we always wanted to have Europa Universalis as a musical.
Now that he attacked, we have casus belli. Casus belli. Casus belli. Casus belli. Casus belli. Casus belli. Casus belli.
Well, of course I was hesitant. It's a weird thing, and I admit that. Going to a game company saying that, well, I've got this idea of making a musical about a video game, and yeah, it has to be 4.5 hours long. And when I talked to Joan about it, and they said just, finally, if you're going to do it for real, do it the full thing. And considering the amount of time that people actually spend playing the game, I think it's a respect thing. You respect those who've invested time into the game.
Var noga med att artikulera för att orden är viktiga att de hörs i den här. Liksom.
Doesn't he care at all about prestige? Doesn't he care that slander will surround him like a swarm of bees? Doesn't he see his trade routes under siege? Doesn't he see rebellion spread like wildfire beyond his reach? Doesn't he see at all that Russia's gonna conquer him soon? Doesn't he see at all I only aim to conquer his heart?
As a huge fan of the game, I realized that probably it would be impossible to translate it onto the stage, which made it perfect. Of course I wanted to do it. And why choosing Ulm as the main character for a musical was really, you want to see a big story. You want to see what is important and these big ideals. There's this duality of wanting each other and wanting to conquer each other. And I think that people can identify with it in some strange way because it connects.
I'm sitting safely on every harbor in this realm.
Well, it's easy when you're friends, and I am home.
I'm gathering monarch points in abundance
and I really don't stand a chance since I'm playing them. But soon my ships will swarm to your harbors. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, but will our empire borders hold? When every sandbox story has been told.
When I first heard the preliminary versions of the songs written for the musical, I started crying. It was the first time somebody had truly understood my creative visions.
I'm running state of the art, territorial control.
While my trade notes fall apart in the sandbox realm.
My merchants feed my wealth, and my missionaries spread my word.
While I pay the price for growing beyond my means. But soon my ships will swarm to your harbors. I'll show them history is not destiny. But will our empire borders hold? When every sandbox story has been told.
Europa Universalis is probably the biggest thing I've ever worked with, the biggest project, the biggest idea. And therefore, I also think that, I think it's going to be the biggest thing ever. Musical-wise, video game-wise, everything-wise.